What's up? What's up? Um, I don't know whether I should be making this video because the very topic is literally against making videos like these, right? Or maybe not against making videos like these, but against the idea of making videos to be seen by people. Well, is it? Not really. I don't know. It's like that quote, right? You live long enough to see your hero become the villain, right? I don't want to become somebody on the internet that people look to, that you tune into to hear their opinion about XYZ, that you tune into to watch them do things. I don't want to become that. But there is a message I want to share, and it's a pretty simple message, and I think deep down, I think logically we probably all feel the same way, because think about it, like logic, math, it's independent of our feelings. There probably is a universal truth. In fact, I believe in a universal truth that I'm not going to talk about right now, but I think that logically the only conclusion that we can reach about celebrities and internet personalities is that it's harmful for the public. So, over the years, people like Justin Bieber, Nickelodeon kids, etc. Much has been made about how they've been hurt by celebrity, and it's true. Miley Cyrus, people like them. It's true. Like a lot of celebrities, a lot of internet personalities have been, hurt by the entertainment industries that they belong to. It's not to be understated. Much has been made about it. I'm not going to belabor the point because the point has been made over and over again. But there's a separate point that we don't really talk about that much, which is that the millions and millions and hundreds of, millions and billions of people that tune into these entertainment sort of, driven, industries like television and, the movies and YouTube and et cetera, social media, I think more or less the vast majority of them are being harmed by their consumption of other people's lives, both manufactured, in most cases, and in some cases even the naturalistic depiction of people's lives that you see on the internet. I think when you think about it, everyone's growth stems from looking inward, and to me that's where the point is kind of driven home. It's the main piece of logic behind the point. You can't grow by watching other people. Not really. You can watch the same thing, a 10th time, and it can be different than the first time you've watched it because your own perspective is different. I think if you're looking at people today, they kind of lack an understanding of themselves. They live in fear. They don't do things that they ought to do. They don't do the things that they want to do. Everyone's like afraid all the time, afraid of social humiliation, afraid of, and not the kind of social humiliation that results in you being an influencer where you're, doing some ridiculous stuff for views. There is no social humiliation from that. I would know. That's the thing, that anyone here that's never put themselves on the line, to do something risky for the sake of a laugh, like there is no risk to that. That's what people who've done it, people who've made other people, laugh through risking social humiliation for themselves, that's what they don't tell you. There is no risk to it. There's no fear involved in it. Every single person that's done that has done so for the sake of their own gain. Every single person, every single time. The risk involved in life is doing something that puts you low, where when you do it, people look at you and they can see that you're vulnerable and exposed. And 100% of the time, that thing is helping other people. 100% of the time. And yet, these internet, personalities and these movies and, TV, and it just everything, sports, all of it is essentially telling you, you got to pursue greatness for yourself. You got to, and if you're not pursuing greatness, you got to watch other people pursuing greatness. Greatness, greatness, greatness. That's all you should care about. No, your fear isn't being humble. Your fear isn't doing things that leave you vulnerable, exposed. Your fear isn't helping other people. Your fear is doing great things for yourself. That's never been anyone's real fear, ever. Ever, ever. If it were most people's fear, why would we be living in a society where people are obsessed with being great at just one thing? This has been very rambly, extremely rambly. I'm very upset at this. I'm hoping that people will be, agreeing, right? Because this is just universal logic. I'm trying to kind of wrangle in to this conversation forum. Inevitably, some people will see this and think, I don't know. I don't know what people tend to think when they're confronted with, uncomfortable truths, which is people are afraid of doing good things, not of doing the sorts of things that we all see put in front of our faces on every freaking, media interface and every screen possible. No one's life has ever been improved by watching other people. Ever. That's why, you're not going to see me make another video. This is it. And there's only going to be one piece of art that I contribute to the world, and it's going to be a film. You're not going to see me stamp my perspective on 50 different things. Why would I need to do that? There's only one thing I would really want people in the world to know, which is that you got to let go of your fear, and to do that, you got to think about what you really want, not the greatness bullshit that's just covers up deeper fears. No, we all want to help people. We all want to change the world for the better. It's the hardest thing to do. And we're all here. We're all able to listen to this message on this fucking screen because somebody and some people helped us. Because we had that same thing that we're afraid to do. We had people do that for us. But yeah, you're not going to see me make another video. I think if everyone was honest with themselves, their whole lives, they would probably make one piece of art to share with the world. They wouldn't be making channels. They wouldn't be making careers, public careers and shit where they profit off of one little talent they have, one little quirk. No, they'd be writing a book, about one very important thing that they want to share. Something that, something God-given that can change the world through art. And anyway, God bless everyone. I think the message has become extremely unclear at this point, but just to summarize, the people that are out there profiting off of their talent on social media and in film and television and celebrities, essentially, people that are known, right? They're just hurting people. None of them are helping anything. In order to grow, you got to look inward. You can't be focused on other people who are essentially just trying to make a career off of something that they shouldn't, and probably don't deep down want to be making a career off of. So, God bless.